Hey guys, this is your friend Iggy back again. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a brief overview of the Fractal Design Define R6 black case. This one with tempered glass, or the tempered glass edition. So I'm going to be talking you through it as I'm doing the unboxing. This is a huge case. I love it though. It's got tons of room and a ton of features. I'm not used to this many features in a case. But anyway, let's start the unboxing. So for this one, you gotta get up. Alright, so just first off, here's the front of the case, or the box should I say. Just shows what the box or what the case looks like. Side pretty much the same. The back gives you some of the features and specifications. Some more here along the back. So let's go ahead and open her up. Alright, so before we go into the case, brings this little package here. And one sec, let me grab a little wheel so that I can spin the case and show you better. So, comes with a Define R6 user's guide. You can see that right over here. And it has in it a section, a builder's guide, optional steps and additional information, support and services. And you don't have to worry, I'm going to go over this with you in the review as well. So I'll have all this covered for you. I'm going to show you how to build a computer inside of it. And coming real soon, I am going to be having additional components to review that I'm going to be using inside of this case. It also comes with an attention notice. See that right there? This is in the event of having to receive a faulty product, contact a reseller or Fractal Design. Most issues can be quickly and easily solved through our support team. Alright, so as for the case, let me go ahead and take this off. Comes with 2 packs of these. These are not to make tea with. These are to throw away, and I actually made it inside the box. Alright, so don't eat them. They're not Tide Pods, which you shouldn't eat anyway. Alright, so here we go. So the case, when you take it out of the box, I love that sound. Alright, and then it also has on there that it is glass, be careful with it. Okay, and let's go ahead, just go around the case. So you can see back here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 expansion slots. And then pretty nice over here, we have 2 vertical slots here so that you can use, if you have the Fractal Design Flex VRC25 PCIe by 16 vertical GPU riser kit, you can actually put a card in here. So that's pretty cool. And of course we have your regular IO shield placement, and for 140 millimeter or 120 millimeter fans, or for liquid cooling. And then up down here for the power supply. See that right down there. Okay. Along the front, we have, of course, most of you might think that it is a plain door, but actually it is a reversible door, so you can open it up this way, or you can change it so that it opens up this way instead if you have an optical drive, which it does have a 5 1/4 optical bay, or you want to change out some fans up here in the front, or you could just always leave it closed. The power button is along the top of the case, so there is no real reason to come in here. Okay, so then up here, let me just show you some of the inside. They are thumb screws, but they tighten them pretty tight. Very tight thumb screws. So taking off the side panel, there is some more film right over here, but I'll take that off for you in 1 second. Alright, so this one is a bit odd to me. Alright, so the inside right over here, this is covered, but you can actually remove it. And then, so, just going to take that off for right now. And, all right, so in here you can fit, back here, you can fit 6 drives. So right over here we have the power supply shroud. Then right up here, we can see there is a grating of sorts right over the power supply shroud. Okay, then we have the rubber grommets right over here, so that we can fit some cables coming up through here, which is always a welcome treat. The rear panel is covered in noise dampening material. So they always like to keep them very quiet, of course, which is great. The top is also covered in noise dampening material, and it also does have a foam cover, a high airflow nylon cover for easy cleaning. We'll go over that a little bit later on. Okay, so actually let me put that back on so you can see what the top looks like. Okay, so here is the top. Okay, along the top you can see there is the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Then there is the microphone jack. There is the reset button right here. Then there is the power button and 4 USB slots. These are USB 2, these two, and these two are USB 3. So then right over here is the top of the unit, where underneath, of course, you can install a liquid cooling unit, fans, or just leave it like this. There's a little button right over here that drops that out, opens that up, so that you have access to everything right up here. And then when you're done, there's 2 little notches here that easily line up right here, and then allow this top panel to just click in place. Did a good job there. Okay, so then removing the rear side panel, as I mentioned before, you can see the noise dampening material right here. It's really nice. Okay, and I'm just going to put this aside for right now. Coming along the back, we can see a little bit more of the magic. Here is the Nexus Plus Smart Integrated PWM Fan Hub. That guy controls 6 additional case fans and 3 extra PWM devices. So, pretty nice. So, it is powered through the SATA power adapter. Then also for the motherboard PWM right over here. Right over here we can see the USB 3 header that you plug into the motherboard. And right over here the USB header, or connection I should say. And then there's going to be the reset, power switch, HD activity lights. Then the motherboard, the PWM fans here. Then back here is where you can put in the either the 3.5 drives, the trays, or the 3.5 drives, or the 2.5 inch drives, be it SSDs or mechanical drives, whatever you like. Okay, I'm just going to let that hang for right now. Then there's 2 additional ones down here. You can put 2 SSDs right over here along the back of the motherboard cage. But you can also put them here, if you don't like it in the back, right on top of your power supply, so that you can see your SSDs all the time. Alright, there is about an inch between the rear of the motherboard cage tray, should I say, sorry, and the back panel of the side panel. That way you have an inch of cabling that you could put there. They also have these little straps here for better cable management. And that's about it for right now. Again, this is the unboxing and the overview. So, oh, and then right over here, it supports a GPU of up to 440 millimeters. That's with this panel removed. Now, with this panel still on, you can reach up to 300 millimeters, which is still a great distance. Okay, the top radiators on an open layout of 120, 140, 240, 360, up to 420 millimeters. Then on a standard layout, 120, 240, 360. On the front, it'll support radiators from 120, 140, 240, 280, and 360. In the rear, only a 120. But on the bottom, I'll pick that up later. On the bottom, which by the way, it does have a removable filter as well. On the bottom, it will support 120, 140, 240, and 280 millimeter radiators. Now that also includes the fans. So for example, on the top, so the case supports up to 9 total fan mounts. So for the front, it's 3 120 millimeter or 2 140 millimeters. The case does include 2 Fractal Design Dynamic X2 GP14 140 millimeter in the front. Then the top supports 3 120 millimeters or 2 140 millimeters on a standard layout. On the open layout, it supports 3 120 millimeters or 3 140 millimeters. In the rear, it will support 1 120 millimeter or 1 140 millimeter. It does include 1 Fractal Design Dynamic X2 GP14 140 millimeter fan. Then the bottom will support 2 120 millimeters or 2 140 millimeters. So you have a ton of fan options and a ton of radiator options. Whether you like liquid cooling or air cooling, this guy will take care of you. Then as I showed you up at the top, oh, and this guy dropped out. These are all the accessories, which are going to be the screws and the motherboard standoffs and all that good stuff right here, and zip ties as well. Right, and then it supports CPU coolers at a max height of 185 millimeters. And well, the case material is steel, and of course the tempered glass window right over here, which I took off. And that's about it for now. I will go over more of the information and of course more in detail within the written review. But again, this was the unboxing and overview just to give you an idea of everything that comes inside the box and what to expect when you open this up. Iggy out. See you guys.